One Saturday, on a closed night, two friends set out to travel by car to the neighboring town a few kilometers away to participate in a ball. Saturday night of young people who want to have fun and have fun. A secondary road asphalted little passable and quiet to drive wisely. These two boys were responsible people in that regard. They arrived at the chosen site, they danced, they related to old friends and they didn't drink more than enough, mainly the driver, not because of the possibility of being fined, but because of their own responsibility. Upon returning, even with a closed night and on the same route, when they were already in the middle of the road, a woman appeared surprisingly from nowhere in the center of the pavement, who got in the way of the car, and forced the driver to stop the march. There was no possible explanation about that woman's behavior in the middle of the field and in the middle of the road. Dressed in white with no wallet or thing in her hands, she looked like a ghost. But these boys were not for the paranormal or the esoteric nor the apparitions of spirits. They didn't believe in those things at all, nor were they superstitious. The driver pulled out the car next to the appeared woman and the passenger opened the window, turned on the light of his cell phone and dazzled the face of the stranger. Thus he could fully see the figure of that face. A very white skin, too white, exaggeratedly white that highlighted the depth of the dark and black cavity of his eyes. A face not to forget. The driver could not see, because of his position behind the wheel, what his partner saw. Overwhelmed by the situation, the driver's companion told the stranger if he could help her or help her with anything, if they could take her somewhere, but that woman, not only who did not answer, but as a wandering shadow, kept walking away from the car. The boy, however, presuming some irregular situation, opened the door and got out of the car with the intention of persuading the stranger to get her out of the dangerous situation that represented being in the middle of the route at those night hours. However, and despite the fact that seconds had not elapsed, the woman, as she had appeared, had vanished. No traces. With the help of the cell phone flashlight, the boy tried to make it visible, but everything was useless. Had disappeared. With no alternative, they resumed their journey to their destination. And obviously they talked and made conjectures about that strange appearance, finally assuming that it could be a woman out of her mind and lost. Before arriving at his village, another event was going to disturb them greatly. A recent accident involving a car that had been built into a sewer along the route. There were police and firefighters who forced the boys not to stop to carefully observe the unfortunate accident, so they had no choice but to continue to their destination. At noon the two young men met again in a bar in their village to enjoy the Sunday snack, as they always used to. The owner of the car and driver of the previous night, while enjoying a beer, went in search of the newspaper that always used to read sports news. When he returned to the table with his friend, he showed him a page in the newspaper, informing him of the car accident that they had observed that night. A woman had died as a result of a strong impact against a sewer along the route. His friend, looking at the photo of the victim, rose abruptly from the chair, banging on the table, and under the surprise of his partner, ran out screaming like something crazy incongruous. The face of the photo in question was exactly the face of that wretch who appeared on the road.